So, bro, we were talking about how in today's society, you ain't seen a whole lot of real players out there. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I just think with all this online dating, um, between COVID, just I mean, there's all sorts of studies on it, like right that the testosterone levels have dropped in men, just more feminine behavior all around. So I think that's greatly influenced a lot of young men growing up, and it's made people softer than ever before, man. And it's given guys an easy way out. You know, as there's pros and cons to like all this technology blowing up, and as technology continues to advance, it's a double-edged sword, man.
Mm.
It gives people a lot of bad tendencies, addictive habits, and we're destroying and destructing ourselves simultaneously as we think we are. As like the few elites are making like bank off of it. Obviously, there's some sort of profit at the end of all this, and you have to be really, really mindful not to slip into this fucking trap, dude, and stand up for fucking what we believe and recapture some of this lightning in a bottle from the early 2000s or whatever somebody's glory days were. You know, where you just you know put that shark fin on and really had to out there and go out and get it, man. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Whether it's putting together a brotherhood, being in the right location. There's an undercurrent fighting against our freedom, so to speak, and wants us to be fucking bitches, lazy. Everywhere we turn, there's women fucking sexualizing themselves, and things will just appear like to be very difficult at times. But you know, there's obviously a light at the end of the tunnel, man, and you have to form together, with the right people. I was a hungry young kid when I was 20, 21 years old. I was a competitive bodybuilder. I was able to um, leverage a lot of that anger, frustration that I had after a few breakups, and I just capitalized, man. Everything just seemed to fall into place for me. So we're looking for guys like that for sure. We're looking for hungry guys who have the eye on the prize, whatever that may be. Just it's more it's we may point at one particular thing, but it's a holistic um, endeavor for sure. We're fighting for our freedom. It may be under the pretext of like game or seducing women, but like at the end of the day, once you take care of one of the spokes on the wheel, it's everything else starts to just like follow suit, and it's definitely there for the taking, man. So it's
For sure, bro. We have
yeah.
personal power as individuals. Like, why I was massively inspired by you and Chris. You guys decided, no, we're gonna get abundance. We're not gonna sit here like little bitches. We're gonna go out and take it. We're gonna go out and take it. Get high level in our physique, high level in our relationships with dating, high level in the impact and community that we have. You created GLL. You created all these thousands of dudes. Put them on the right path. Being exposed to proper masculine role models, you and
Mhm.
Chris, that was fucking game changing for me. And I'm going to share with you some things that now I did the work in the streets for years, grinding in the streets, man, grinding in the streets, fighting the battles out there, taking the hits, taking the punches, man, again and again, having my ego destroyed, having my identity
Mhm.
destroyed, and going through the fire and the flames to become a real man. The craziest shit is now.
Before you get started, what do you think your thoughts are on the whole fight against whatever, or just the influx of some of the obstacles that this generation has to overcome, and the femininity and all this nonsense? Really,
Let me,
just
yeah, for sure,
the
bro.
yeah, yeah.
I'll weigh in, yeah. So here's the thing. These guys got to wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up or be sheep and be done and dusted. Look at where the fuck this trajectory is going. Mental
Hmm.
illness, physical destruction of human beings, lowering testosterone levels. Whereas going to the average gym now, These guys aren't even strong anymore. The average like bench press, the average squat, the drop in, like it's a joke. It's an absolute fucking joke, right?
Yeah.
Guys like me came up on Scotty and Chris, man. We saw aggressive hustle, brotherhood, community, like good attitudes, man. Cool, socially calibrated guys in the real world with their friends, with women, like being cool, masculine men. We got that shit. We were lucky. But what you got today, unless you wake up, you're fucked. Unless you wake up and get around the right people, join the right tribe and community, the right brotherhood, you're literally fucked. Okay? And here's why. Okay? What you have today is it's the opposite of masculinity. It's shortcuts. It's short-term thinking. It's um, just go watch porn. Just watch fucking
Yep.
OnlyFans, or just use online dating apps. Shit like that, right? Um, it's okay, bro. You're good. Just be who you are. Accept that shit. Be a slave. Accept bullshit living conditions. Accept no social life. Be locked up in COVID for 2 years. Don't have friends. Don't socialize. It's okay. That's just reality. They normalize this, right? Because people who are docile, who've got no testosterone, who've got no ambition and no drive, who are not focused, who are not going out there and taking it, are easy to control, easy
Hmm.
sheep. Just give, just keep pumping your money into the system and shut up and just
Yep.
get on with it and be a maggot and just lie on the floor and rot. Like, I reject that in my fucking core, dude. I reject that in my core, and I don't accept it. And I don't accept the life of that's restricted. I'm an action taker. I'm not a mental masturbator. I'm not into sitting there watching content and theory. I go out and I do, and I do, and I do, and I do, and I do. And it's that sort of shit that frees you. To get your freedom is to have control over your brain and be able to go out into the world and do things. Don't accept life is about people, yeah? And what these guys have got now is no brotherhood and no community. If you get around the right people, they're always taking action. They're always, if you, for example, guys who join our brotherhood, they're okay.
Hmm.
Those guys are going to be okay. Bro, those guys are going to escape. Those guys are going to be cool because they got access to Ravi and Scotty. They're going to get access to endless approaching, endless me and you hustling on every area of life, physique, like business, all the shit that we got, nailing down tight, networking. Is it hard for me and you to go meet people? Is it hard for me and you to connect with the top guys in our industries? Is it hard for me and you to make friends? We're doing this all the time. Is it hard for me and you to travel the world? No, because we got the right mentalities in our head. These guys who join our brotherhood, bro, they're okay. They're going to be fine because they're going to get the good information. To be fair, I got it from you and Chris, so I also was fine. But unless they're in the right space, getting the right influences, what the fuck are they going to do? Sit down and watch this, have this cancer put into their brain. Ain't good, man. It ain't good. It's tough.
And we don't want to be a part of that really, because this idea that like I'm not a fan of digital coaching. I'm not a fan of digital friends or digital brotherhood. Really, this is going to be all access. Like we want to be fucking. Just try to put my words together. Like this. In person, face to face, just like the way it always was, man. Really, I mean, it's there as a supplement, as like it should be almost used as an emergency, really. If you really don't have access to someone in person and it's an emergency, yeah, you can reach out through your phones. That's about it. But once you start making this as your primary way of friendship, your primary way of communication and fucking girls and everything like that, I'm not for any of it. I'm actually disgusted and repulsed by it, and you should be. Everybody should be. It's like enough, man, and that's why, like even studies, right? The trajectory is going down with. Forget about fucking girls. We're just talking about basic friendship. I mean, we're down to like one friend per person is what we are. Real friend. That's what the studies have shown. Like over the course of the past few years, it's just been going down, down, down. It's disgusting, bro. It's sad, and it's easy to fall into it. It's easy to start to think that this is, oh, I'm making these decisions. It's really not. That's the system. It's starting to. It will do it for you if you don't really like consciously wake up and make a huge shift in what you're doing. Band together and fucking get on the front lines, get in the fucking field, hit the pavement, smell the fucking fresh air, get into a vibrant, vital city that is still alive, and start putting in work, man. Reps, 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 practice, practice. slowly but surely, you're looking at a totally different person in the mirror. You're looking at someone who's not part of that anymore. Like you
Yeah,
may be in the midst of that right now and think, oh, this is me. This is normal. Everybody's doing this. No, no, it's not. And it's a big decision. It's a shift. And then all of a sudden, you will no longer be identified as that person. It's like an old skin will just come off you, and that's it, man. And it's a way better life, dude. It's a better life to just be out and about living, face to face with people, be confrontational, um, be very thorough. You know what I mean? Just unturn every stone, and it's all boils down to it's not just with women. That is a big part of this, obviously, because if you don't handle that, we could repress it all day. We could try to put it aside and figure out ways to just go off to the mountains, or I'm going to do that. The women thing just never goes away unless you actually feel confident enough to handle it, to handle each relationship and with each woman. So you know,
yeah.
it's a
When
it's a must, dude.
For sure, bro. See, your brain switches on when you're an action taker, when you're sitting here slowly slipping away from reality, just mind sucked into the cosmos of digital technology.
Mm-hmm.
From there, it's a downhill spiral, man. When you're living a proactive, massive action-based lifestyle, going out, working on your goals, working on your physique, working on you're nailing everything in life, man, smashing the weight, smashing your diet, getting your recovery, getting your rest, getting your rep, making sure you've also got time in the field, getting those approaches in, right? All of that is what will restore your masculinity because it is in there with a lot of these guys. And
Mm-hmm.
when they find that again, that's when it's easier to create success in other areas. It's easier to get business opportunities going. It's easier to build because you've got the confidence and balls to dream. You've got the confidence and balls to dream. Like we're going to create a movement here. There's going to be a bunch of guys in the Brotherhood chat, and they're going to be expected to be in the world, going out there and taking it. And the expectation is we want to see you level up in your physique, in your finances, and taking action with women, and being on the field, and actually getting the real skills to be a high level man. Because that's what we need in this world. We need strong men who are competent and who are actually wanting to make a contribution, right? That's what brotherhood's all about. Like you push each other, you help each other. The shit that I know, I contribute freely in the WhatsApp group. You have any questions, you can just ask me and I'll just give it to you freely. It's there. But the expectation is you come out and you properly hustle. And if you're serious, you do the boot camps. Yeah, if you're serious, you make it work. You find ways, you attend, you come, you be a serious member of the GLL Brotherhood. Okay. You come in person, you meet the guys, you make connections. Those people are going to be your wings. Those people are going to be your network. You guys, the expectation is you work on your goals and you support each other. If one guy's trying to develop his physique, you guys work together on that shit. You guys trying to get ahead in business, work together on that shit. We've all got the same ideas. Let's come together. We've got the same goals. We want abundance. Let's help each other. That's what this is about. Convene in person, do the boot camps, do the mentoring, and go excel. And the idea is when you're getting your results, when you're creating your outcomes, any investment you put in was worth it 10 times over because your reality is here now. You're not a sheep anymore living in this world, which is more or less death. It's more or less fucking
Mm-hmm.
wasting. It's more or less not even living anyway. This reality, where you've got women, where you've got abundance, where because it's just a numbers game, bro. If you get your masculinity and go out there, you manifest all this shit and you create it all. And before you know it, you're traveling the world, you're doing all this shit. You got all this shit going for you. The times I'm actually grateful are when like I was just hanging out with again, solid guy from the community over this weekend, hanging out, doing some approaches, chilling, enjoying each other's company. We're
Mm-hmm.
just there. We just did a great workout, hit some good heavy deadlifts in the sauna right afterwards. There's a lady in there. All it's effortless, right? Just the with tonality alone, you can see it's on. After multiple years of grinding and the fire and the flames and the streets and all the approach I had to go through to become more masculine, they know. These chicks know this is a different type of animal. This is a strong man who'd fuck my brains out. They know. They
Yeah.
know. That took me
Yeah.
That took me going in the field again and again and again. If I didn't have brothers behind me pushing me and I didn't have the right messages from you and Chris, I wouldn't have known this shit. I would still be a beta who relies on taking the easy road. And these women know, bro, who's got some fucking dick and balls and who hasn't. One of the good things that you taught me, the guys who really do the work, they're the sharks out there. They're just going to go and take it. They're going to kill in every area. These women know 10 miles away who's a real masculine man and who's not. Yeah. That's why when I'm, with you, you'll see the progression I made. I learned things from last time I hung out with you. I learned things, but I went out and applied it consistently and I got better. And
Yeah,
when we hang out again, you're going to see me and you're going to tell me, or whatever, you need to work on this and I'll keep getting better. That's how this shit
for
works.
sure, man.
In this community, the good news is they got access to Scotty. They got access to one of the unmatched, most highly experienced. We don't even know anyone who's done as much infield work as Scotty. They got access to that. That's going to be soaking into their brain. They're going to get access to that. That changes your life, bro. When you see it and you feel it and you absorb it, these guys are going to be good. And they got
Robbie's
all.
gonna be like my Robbie's pretty much my microphone at times, dude, because you know what I mean. He could break this stuff down really good, and that's what Chris said it best. Like at first, for a while there, like my experience or whatever, like information wise, I don't know. Sometimes I can't even put it into words. You're in such a flow state. You're in such a that swag factor where you just really it's like you just hit a wave. You don't even want to talk. You're just like a machine. It was like almost as very little verbal as even possible. What That's like a flex at like how powerful what Robbie's talking about is. Like your presence and stuff, your ability to just it's so powerful. Like God, it's just mind blowing shit that you have to see for your own self. Like that you could actually get, that you could actually do and pull, and stuff
You
that you
can.
could actually pull is just mind blowing results.
Yeah.
Things like just looking at a girl, like in a club without even speaking a fucking word, and walking out of the club with her, giving her a high five, looking her dead in her eyes, and walking out of the club with her within 5 to 10 minutes. And that's not just a fluky thing. That's happened numerous times, over and over and over again. Because it's like this deep, deep sense of knowing, repetition, and just really and truly elevating far beyond the average guy. The way you're carrying yourself, your demeanor, your masculinity just fucking pouring out of you. It's like there's something magnetic about it. You know what I mean? It needs to be witnessed. It needs to be cultivated. Really, it could be expedited, I guess, if you're around the right group of people. I never really had a consistent wing with me throughout those whole years. I was a lone wolf for a lot of those years. Um, Guys came and went, but it if you do happen to get a guy, it really could speed up the process, and it's just how badly you want it. I wanted it bad enough. Nothing was going to stop me anyway. I had enough free time on my hands where it was wide open for me. Some guys that just don't have that even ability, but you have to be willing to make sacrifices as well too.
Exactly. Figure it out.
That's what Dave told me about the bodybuilding. If you're going to make a fucking commitment, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. Like, you have to really love what you do, and first of all, make a sacrifice and just commit to it, man. That's what you got to do. Chris left law school and went on to, work on this part of his game, and got into that pickup mansion. I give him all the credit in the world, dude. If it wasn't for that decision, he probably wouldn't have led to GLL. You know what I mean? Because then that's how we met. You know what I mean?
That
That's a huge decision, bro. I can't even almost wrap my brain around that, but that's what it takes. Like, whatever you're doing, man, like whatever it may be, and you have a calling to go fucking do it, or handle this part of your life, or explore parts of yourself that you've only read about or heard about, secondhand knowledge. You need, firsthand experience with this stuff, the stuff we're talking about, because at the end of the day, this is only just words back and forth, and we get excited about it and whatnot. And then you actually have to go see it with your own fucking two eyes. The stuff we talk about is actually real. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
there's an opportunity here. There's definitely a window in which guys can capitalize. There's always that chance, but more than ever before, because you'll be able to rise above the pack very, very quickly. And that's what it comes down to. We're all kind of competing against each other, it's like the big elephant in the room. In a way, we are. Focus on yourself, obviously, but in the same breath, if you're just a nobody, like the guy next to you is going to get the girl that you don't fucking approach.
Yep. Yep.
That's how it works. That's how it fucking works, man.
Yep. And here's this is
That
this is
should
good shit.
inspire us. I was always looking for shit to like keep me inspired, especially for all those years. I was the lone wolf, man. I needed everything I could get my hands on to give me an edge. Whether it was these long talks with Chris, whether it was watching the movie Point fucking Break all the time and just memorizing some of the shit, because these guys were, to me, the embodiment of like freedom and not giving a fuck, and really rising above the system. And it just came in the form of a lot of adrenaline rush type of fucking Robin Bankson type of and shit like that. But it was something, anything that can inspire you was absolutely needed for me. But if you guys have an actual brotherhood, which is what we're offering, you won't need to resort to some of the things I had to resort to. So it's going to save you time, money, resources, all of it. And you'll be able to cut the line, and you know, have access to some real deal players, because there's few
Yeah.
and few of them out there.
I'm gonna give these guys some advice, right? That worked for me. Look. I'm gonna just be blunt. You fucking guys, you fucking wake up.
Right.
Scotty's one of the fucking best ever, ever. I scoured for 14 years. You think you're gonna get better people than Scotty? Wake the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Right? You got to. Like, we all know how many thousands of us were on Good Looking Loser, right? Do you not understand this shit? Do you think, look, man, here's what I can say. Here's what I can say. People who got to elite, right? Elite. Scotty, hundreds of lays, bro. I've been there with him. He's a fucking animal, right? In every level. Okay. These guys were hustling, grinding, hammering the streets 7 days a week, and it's normal. Normal. That ain't nothing unusual for me. Ain't nothing unusual for him. We succeed in life, bro. That's how we live. That's how we live. We don't play small. We dream big, and we actually go get that shit done. How do you think people like me have communities of thousands of men that we built, right? Me and Scotty can reach out to men who are legends. We're gonna have big time, the best in our game on this show, because it's not unusual for men like me and Scotty who are abundance thinkers who go out there and get it, right? It wasn't unusual for me to get a guy massively inspired me in my own life, Scotty, and speak to him every day at this point. Yeah, because I actually look at what they did and actually listened and humbled myself, dropped my ego, and actually said, "Well, I'm gonna trust in what these guys said, and put my total commitment to it, put everything aside, like reduce my career, all that shit, to say no. I'm gonna fucking get to the top, get to the top. If you want to get somewhere in life, get far higher than the rest of the people. You have to be smart, strategic, change what you're doing, tweak shit, go to different locations, change how you live in the life. You live in the same way, you're going to descend like everyone else. And here's the cool thing about that. The guys in our brotherhood, they're going to have real masculinity, real confidence. They're going to be gorillas out there in the street. And when they go approach chicks, when they can just be in a room and all eyes are going to be on them, right? Because they're going to actually have developed their deep internal psychology, their inner world. If you ain't got what you seek right now, like me and Brian talk about this shit all the time in different contexts. We talk about it in business, talk about it, whatever. It's just because you haven't found the answers yet. Okay. You just haven't, you're just doing something wrong. Okay. And if you're open-minded enough to make changes and do things differently, then you can get what you seek. It's simple as that. You can have two guys. You can have the clone of me, right, who sat here, right? And this version of me, he's just staying in his comfort zone. He's still in the old location where he used to be. He's just trying to do some
Mm.
social circle shit or whatever. That motherfucker's never going to get anywhere. This version of me has to turn sex down now because well, to be honest with you, I got big dreams. I want to get better and better and better. So some of the girls I'm not too bothered about seeing, but some of them, yeah, they can still get this dick. That's fine. But I got a choice now. It's on. I can choose. This version took the easy road. He didn't join the brotherhood. He didn't join the communities. This one joined the communities and asked for help and applied and got off his ass and met people and got off his ass and paid for coaching and got off his ass and did free fucking boot camps and got on planes and went on planes just to just to speak to Scotty took me like 6 months of hustle, and you guys now get all these videos because of my fucking ass getting up and doing the
Exactly.
work. Yeah. If you want success in life, you have to have some goddamn commitment. So my call to action to these guys, I had to work really
Yeah.
hard to make these things happen. Yeah. So my call to action to these guys is drop a comment below, write Brotherhood. I'll put you into the Instagram group, and then we're going to be doing lots of approaches, and we expect excellence in your physique. We expect excellence in your goals. Have a primary and secondary goal, and aggressively go towards them. And we expect you to show up, be with us in New York. The option for boot camps is there. At a
No, it's not going
minimum,
to be there forever. It's not going
it's
to be
not.
there forever, man. This is a small window, really. In the grand scheme of things. I mean, we might be at it for a few years, but don't view this as just like more entertainment for you. You know what I mean? Only an exclusive amount of guys are going to be able to get into this to begin with, but none of this was able. We weren't able to document none of this shit back when I was coming up. 2008, 2009, 2010. Me and Chris really were like innovators at the time. I mean, there was a few guys doing infields, but there was very little content out there. So you couldn't get fucking immersed in this mental masturbation of all this good shit we're offering you guys. But it shouldn't be. You shouldn't misuse this stuff. That's the key, because it will be tempting to just be like, oh, this circle jerk that like fucking just look at all this shit and just you know sit on the sidelines and not really be a part of it. But the idea is to get your ass up and fucking do whatever it takes to get as many infields coaching as possible, because we're going to be dropping obviously a lot of infield videos and uh, unparalleled in a world. I'll tell you that, where we do have access to so much shit nowadays. But it could be, again, you got to be careful. It's a double-edged sword. So we're really calling people to action to actually fucking pay for do coaching, do it, and document your success stories, your ups and downs, just like Robbie did. I mean, this guy's
Yeah,
got over 3,000 people on the forums, and
yeah, and
that's
it's
how a
hard
lot of
as
guys
well, bro.
started out. That was the
Yeah,
only way fucking guys uh, communicated to each other back then. You know what I mean? And he took whatever correction he could take at the time, and that's the way to do it, really. I mean, you don't even need to do all that nowadays. You could get right to the fucking meat and potatoes of it and get infield coaching as quickly as you can, as how often you want it. I mean, it depends. I mean, you can't sit here and say it's a one-time done thing. I mean, we've all had different stories. It doesn't matter. We just want to reach the point in which we're just slaying, fucking killing it, and we're satisfied with what we're doing. You know what I mean? There's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. There's no ceiling to this. There
yep.
really isn't, man.
And
The moment you say I arrived, I'm here, there's a little bit more room. There's more room. It's a journey, absolutely, and it's meant to be enjoyed and pushed beyond your comfort, and to be witnessed by others to see your growth. Um, so hop on fucking board, dude.
yeah.
Brotherhood all day.
Let's wrap this one up by giving these guys a clear call to action, because the thing is, Brian, the problem is they don't quite understand. They think they can just sit around and just watch this shit for
Mm-hmm.
years and it's going to change. Because, bro, the problem is all these other guys don't care. They're happy for them just to watch and like whatever. But they need to understand the truth. Like, and I can just say from my own experience, I spent 10 years just reading the forums, like Good Looking News, just reading about it, dreaming about all this shit,
Yeah, yeah.
like all this shit, right? And guess what? Nothing happened, bro. Nothing happened. And then I lost my goddamn mind. I was like, bro, I'm gonna be 30 now. I'm a virgin. No, I can't take it no more. And at
It's a
that point,
tremendous addiction, bro. It's a tremendous addiction. I mean, we're not even, I can't stress it enough how hard it is probably to get off of this, bro. I've been on some heavy fucking drugs, but this stuff is no joke. Like to
it's
detach
fucked.
yourself from the world of technology and everything and fucking put all that stuff down and actually get in-person coaching is going to be like hard for a lot of guys coming up. We're speaking to a different audience of men now. We're speaking to guys in their 20s who this is all they know. They were handed these fucking goddamn iPhones when they were
Yeah,
like
I get
three,
it.
4 years old. You know what I mean? So
I don't
anyway,
blame
man.
them. I don't
Yeah.
blame them for
No,
that.
it's
Yeah,
hard. Yeah, no
I do
doubt.
get it.
No fucking doubt.
Yeah, I totally understand. But there's a solution. There is a
Yes.
solution, right? So look, the fact of the matter is, ideally, we could really get into the head and make them understand this shit. To be honest with you, it's going to take a while. So the best thing we can advise is there's a brotherhood chat. Join that. There's daily posts from me and Scotty in there, right? You can see what we do. We can see the kind of actions we're taking. You see how we think, the way we operate, how we are actually building this community and tribe. If you get in now, you're an OG, you're an early adopter. You can absorb
Yep.
my mentalities. You can absorb Scotty's mentalities. You can come hang out with us. And the OGs will let you physically come out when we're in New York and just hang out with us, right? Just chill, get to know us more. And then we're going to blast boot camps. We're going to blast, you do one-on-one sessions with Scotty. You go with him. He'll push you, make you do sets, and he'll debrief and break everything down. And then the boot camp, you know what it is. But at the absolute minimum, yeah, if you guys are serious, then join the Brotherhood, and we'll take it from there. We can, if you're in the Brotherhood, we can actually fucking help you and do something. But you have to be serious. You have to be committed. You have to be dedicated. If you're afraid of doing in-person coaching and whatnot, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. The guys who are
Mm.
really, really fucking serious, who will be open and coachable, they're gonna make it, bro. They're actually gonna make it and be successful people. We want these guys to be slayers, making bank, having great physiques, having lots of abundance for women, having a great life, traveling the world. If they actually invest, then they'll do that. Then they'll actually
Yeah.
make it happen. The guys who've got a big ego and think they're gonna figure it out by themselves, yeah. When it took Scotty years of hammering it infield to get it. The guys with the big ego, yeah, they're gonna get what big ego people deserve, which is fuck all. Years are gonna float by. They're gonna do fuck all, mediocre bullshit. The guys who are serious, they'll get to elite. They'll be slayers. They'll have a killer life. So we can help those people. Let's invest in those people. I'm gonna invite them to drop a comment below of Brotherhood, and we can take it from there.
Perfect, man. Yeah. I mean, you need to toughen up, man. I mean, that's the idea. Like, Ravi hit the nail on the head. It's like there was no alternative for me. I was heartbroken by like two girls, and that was you have to reach a boiling point, where you just say enough is enough, and that's it, man. There's no turning back, bro. So like, I highly advise that you guys take advantage of this opportunity, man. Jump on board. You guys are in good hands. We're just going up. It doesn't matter. We don't give a fuck who's coming with us. We're
We're
just
gonna win either
we're just
way.
going up. It doesn't matter, man. Because
In a,
at the end of the day, dude, like the only thing that you can take with you is your character, what you build up inwardly. Money's going to come and go. This is going to come and go. All this other shit, the external world is going to come and go, but you'll be there to witness all of it. You know what I mean? And that's the idea with this. Like that stuff, that work that I put in and day out. I've had a lot of things change externally for myself, but that stuff still remains. Like many years later, it just doesn't go away. Because I was like Ravi says, whatever word you want to use, grinding and mentally expanding, fucking getting stronger. Every day, every time you would be rejected, get some more W's going out there. Like it's just it's really challenging for a lot of people to do, man, and it's become less and less of it's a lost art. You know what I mean? It's really a lost art, and it's the idea that it truly saved my life. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's that's why I have so much passion about this, because without it, I would be fucking nobody. I would be just a shell of myself, a shy guy who would be struggling with girls. We've corrected it where we'll always have a constant stream of women coming in. Always, always, always. And believe me when I tell you, you do not need to even resort to online dating if you don't want to. It's a supplement. It's like an add-on if you really need to, or if your schedule permits it, but it should be like last resort if needed. Handle this shit in person, face to face. There's plenty and plenty of fucking girls fish in the sea. You create the world you desire. You know, you go out there, you're to a big metropolitan city, and there's just a big level of anonymity out there, which is freedom. You know what I mean? You don't need to worry about your fucking clout. It's head to head, man. You're not your status. Everybody's on an even playing field. You see a sea of people, and it's like you got to, you know, look right in the mirror, and it's there for the taking, dude. So
comment below,
hop on
brothers.
board.
Yeah, Brotherhood, you're fucking welcome if you're serious. And we're gonna win either way. Me, I'm gonna win, Scotty's gonna win, and everyone in our Brotherhood is winning. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to be at the winners' table together celebrating. So hop on board,
On for the
guys.
ride, man.
Let's go.
Peace.